गुड मॉर्निंग ऑल ऑफ यू। नमस्ते बच्चों, हमेशा खुश रहो बच्चों। माई सेल्फ ओम प्रकाश, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स under faculty of education and methodology. Today I am going to deal with the topic on group theory, which are the subject of abstract algebra under mathematics discipline and which are taught in BSc, B.Ed, PCM 6 semester student. These are the lesson planning. These are the steps for planning a lesson. These are the components of a lesson plan. Now, today I'm going to deal with the topic on group theory, in which today I'm going to prove one more theorem on cyclic group. Today I'm going to prove that the order of a cyclic group is equal to the order of its generator. The first theorem of cyclic group. Now, we already see that if a to the power n equals to e, in a group a to the power n equals to e, then A is said to be a cyclic group of order n, and the A is called generator of the group G. Here we can prove that the order of a cyclic group is equal to the order of its generator. That means order of a cyclic group must be equal to the order of the generator. And we also see that the generator may be one or more in a group. That means generator may be one, maybe two. Now, we are going to prove that order of a cyclic group is equal to the order of its generator. Now, for this we have to take let G equals to order of element A, that is G is a cyclic group generated by A. G equals to generator A. G equals to generator A. That means G is a cyclic group generated by the element A. Here two cases arises. The first one is if the order of A is finite, and the second one is if the order of A is infinite. Now, first we are going to take first of all we are going to prove this theorem for the finite order. If order of A is finite, say n, then n is the least positive integer. N is the least positive integer such that a to the power n equals to e. A to the power n equals to e. Then we can say that A is a generator of the group G and n of order n. Of order n. Now consider the element A naught. Consider the element A naught equals to E A square order dot A n minus 1. These are all elements of G and are n in number because order of this group is n. Therefore, the number of element must be n. The number of element must be n in that group. Suppose any two of the above elements are equal. Any two of the above elements are equal. Say a to the power I equals to a to the power j with I greater than j. With I greater than j. Then a to the power I dot a to the power minus j equals to e equals to e. This implies that a to the power I minus j equals to e, and e is the identity element of that group. But I belongs to 0 to n minus 1. That means 0 less than I minus j less than equals to n minus 1 less than n. Thus, there exists a positive integer I minus j such that a to the power I minus a equals to e and I minus a less than n, which is a contradiction, to the fact that order of a equals to n, which is a contradiction to the fact that order of a equals to n, because when we take I minus j less than n, then with the value of I equals to n plus j, with the value of I equals to n plus j, and therefore in this case a to the power I, a to the power I is order greater than, is have the order greater than n, which is not possible. That's why there is no two of the above element n can be equal. No two order of the above element can be equal. That is, G consists at least n elements. At least n elements, not greater than n. And we saw it does not contain any other element. It does not contain any other element. Let x belongs to Z be any element. Since G is cyclic, generated by A, x will be some power of A. That means we can say x equals to a to the power m. By division algorithm, we can write m equals to nq plus r, m equals to nq plus r, m equals to nq plus r, where r varies from 0 to n, or we can say 0 less than equals to r less than n. Now, a to the power m equals to a to the power nq plus r, then we can write here a to the power n to the power q dot a to the power r equals to a to the power n is equals to e, and e to the power q dot a to the power r equals to a to the power r, because e is the identity element of the group, because e is the identity element of the group, because e is the identity element of the group. Therefore we can write here this implies that x equals to a to the power r, where 0 less than equals to r less than n. That is, x is one of the a to the power 0 equals to e, a square dot 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 a minus 1, or G contain precisely n elements, or G contain precisely n elements. Therefore this implies that order of G equals to n equals to order of A. Hence it proves that the order of the group is equal to the order of the generator. Order of the generator. Order of a group is equals to, cyclic group is equal to the order of that their generator. Now second one is going to prove that if order of A is infinite, if order is infinite, in this case no two power of A can be equal, as if a to the power n equals to a to the power m, n greater than m, then a to the power m n minus m equals to e. That is, it is possible to find a positive integer n which must n minus m, such that a to the power n minus m equals to e, meaning thereby that A has finite order. It means that A has finite order. But here we assume that order of A is infinite. Hence, no two power of A can be equal. No two power of A can be equal. In other words, G would contain infinite number of elements. G would contain infinite number of elements. Hence, it's proved that the order of a cyclic group must be equal to the order of a generator of that group. This session powered by the digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapith from Queen's University, and I hope all of you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will try to resolve it. Thank you for watching this video.